morning. Today is Monday, April 27, and we are beginning the second group of 5 skills that will lead to your second of 3 tests. So this particular grouping is all on polynomials, and today we're going to work on the first skill. It's really quite simple. It's polynomial vocabulary. And all of these have their funny little quirks and tricks. So as you go through this, remember when you make a mistake, the IXL program will show you what it was that you did wrong and what you need to do. So make that as a learning experience. I do think, though, this is fairly simple, this particular skill. So you probably will be able to get through it fairly quickly. The skill that we're doing is being able to describe the behavior of polynomials by properly using polynomial vocabulary. So the first thing you'll want to know and be able to do is figure out the degree of a polynomial term. So every polynomial has at least one term. You can have a monomial with one term, you can have a binomial with 2 terms, a trinomial with 3 terms, and then any polynomial with more than 3 terms is just called a polynomial. So if you're finding the degree of a term, then that is going to be the exponent on the variable of that term. If the term is one variable, or the sum of the exponents on its variables if it has more than one variable. So to give you an example, this first one here is a term of 4x cubed. It has just one variable. So you look at the degree of that variable, it's 3, and so the degree of that polynomial term is 3. But you can also have a term like this one, which is 4x squared y cubed. You have 2 variables, and you'll notice you have the 2 and the 3. You would add them together, and the sum is 5. So the degree here is 5 in this second case. All right? Now, to find the degree of an entire polynomial, you need to find the term with the largest degree. And we'll be giving you some examples now so that you better differentiate. All right. So the first example, I want you to find the degree of the following polynomial. It's 3j to the 4th plus 2j squared. So that particular polynomial has 2 terms. It's therefore a binomial. And we're going to start by finding the degree of each term. So the first term, 3j to the 4, it has an exponent of 4. And so because that's its exponent, it has a degree of 4 for that term. The second term is 2j squared. Since it has an exponent of 2, it has a degree of 2. Okay, so each term has a degree. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to want to find the highest degree of the entire polynomial. So in this case, the highest degree is a degree of 4. Why? Because the first term shows a degree of 4, an exponent of 4. The second term is an exponent of 2. So the highest degree is the 4. And so the polynomial 3j to the 4 plus 2j squared has a degree of 4, which again is just the degree in the term that has the highest exponent. Okay? All right. So let's look at a second example. So here we're going to find the degree of the following polynomial. 5q squared minus 5q minus 2. So first of all, let's just ask ourselves, how many terms do we have? Well, we have 1, 2, 3 terms. This is a trinomial polynomial. And then the first term has a degree of, well, there's one variable with a 2, so it has a degree of 2. The second term is 5q. Its exponent would be 1, so the second degree is a 1. And then this is a constant. It doesn't have a degree. So then if we're trying to find the degree of the entire polynomial, then 5q squared minus 5q minus 2, we'd look for the highest degreed term, and that's 5q squared. So this is going to be going to have a leading degree for the entire polynomial of 2. Okay. So again, there are 3 terms. So the polynomial is a trinomial. The degree of the first term is 2. The degree of the second term which is 5q, is 1. And of course, then the last term, your constant, doesn't have a degree at all. And then the degree of the entire polynomial is the degree of the term with the highest exponent. Which, as we said, is 2. So, which is 2. All right. So that's basically it. All right. So I'm going to let you go with that, and have a great afternoon, and we will see you tomorrow.